You are streaming the future of radio. SongCast Radio.
This is the Hip Hop Spotlight, true music discovery on SongCast, taking you on a journey to Providence, Rhode Island for some indie hip hop from BUSS. If you like what you hear, buy some tracks from BUSS on Amazon, Apple Music, stream on Spotify. Tell your friends about this indie artist. I had the pleasure of speaking with BUSS, and here he is, starting off the interview, telling us a little bit about himself. It is BUSS, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight, exclusively on SongCast.
I just started really making music, really putting it out August of this year.
You've released a lot of stuff since then, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I write every night. Like, everything I write about is basically what I really went through. Like, my life is, and anyone that's out here that knows me knows everything I'm talking about is the truth. Like, I've never been a rapper. I've never did shows. I've never performed before.
Do you plan on doing that anytime soon?
Of course. Because now this is my new way of life.
Why don't we start off with you telling our listeners, especially people who don't know anything about you, a little bit about who you are, your name, your music, how you got started, just, a minute or two, just kind of cliff notes of what you're all about.
All right. My name is BUSS. I go by BUSS, and which is shortening of my last name. And how I got into music basically was, I've always liked music. I always understood that I was always able to memorize music, R&B music. But it didn't matter. I've always had an ear for it. And when my father passed away when I was 12 years old, and then I started like writing poems about him. And then my mother actually told me, you have a good voice, and you should try that. You should try to start rapping. I did for a little bit, and as I got older, there was no money coming in from it, and I was basically on my own. My whole 20s was in and out of prison, federal prison, state prison, And to be honest, I just came home from prison this May. And when I was in there just now, my older brother had passed away, and which I took probably like that. But to be honest, I think that changed my life, because when I came out of prison after him passing away, all I did was write and do this music that I'm putting out now. So everyone, even if they would hear me, they would think I've been rapping for years. This is only like 4 or 5 months. I did all this music.
Tell us a little about your song, Understand.
Understand is one of my singles I did about my children, which I have 2 girls and twin boys, and then I have another girl on the way. So I have 5 actually, and basically I'm just speaking to them and explaining to them, why I was absent in their life sometimes, and what I'm going to do to change it now, and basically apologizing to their mothers. I mean, all men can sit there and blame it on the women, but at the end of the day, I was the one that laid down and slept with all these women and made these babies, so it wasn't up to them. You know what I mean? It's my responsibility, so I'm kind of growing up now and trying to do that. And at the same time, my sons actually rap with, so that's what that song's about.
Here is BUSS with Understand, indie music, true music discovery on SongCast.
Yeah. BUSS. Fatal Thug.
Squad.
Flip, what up?
Got it.
Hype. Yo, Shan. John Boy, Jai Tees, man. This right here. About to open up. It's to my kids, man.
Little one.
Gotta listen to me. About to explain everything.
Everything's about to be explained.
Yeah. The only reason that I'm overprotective is cause I don't ever wanna see you disrespected. Cause I'm your father, provider, and your protector. Yeah, I die for you any minute, any second. My 2 baby girls are 1 on the way. You take a man for his actions, not the words that he say. Cause if it's real when he love you, then he's down for the wait. But to keep it real, I ain't ready for that day. I think back to the day that my baby was born. Josiah Bussy, that's my twin. Yeah, she my firstborn. Yeah, she came at a time a nigga was thuggin'. Yeah, inshallah, man, I needed some loving. And then you got Kaylani, man, she cute as a button. There's nothing that her dad won't do, but really mean nothing. And then you got Diani, man, she's right in the oven. And when she hits this world, she about to get her daddy loving. You all bring joy to my world. Twins for my juniors, and I got 3 little girls. 4 different mothers show the life I was living. Acting selfish, had no respect for them women, but now it's different. I got my head on right, I put my myself last, now y'all come first in my life. I try hard, but now your daddy trying harder. To the mothers of my children, please forgive your kids' father. Why I walked you far away from this life? I asked God for another me. He sent me twice, fraternal twins. It explains my personality. John Boy is laid back, wild side is Javities. On it that you look up to me, don't take after me. I did some things I shouldn't, so come after me. So to that day, I'ma lay this foundation. Hope the world ready, because they patiently waiting. Josiah, John, Jarrett, Kaylani, and Diani. Because of you, I finally put them streets behind me. It's funny how kids will make you grow up. Just cause you're grown, don't mean that you became a grown up. No more hold-ups, cause I got y'all now. I hope you learn from my mistakes and go and make me proud of you, my child. So I'ma always have your back, right or wrong. To the end of the world, I'm going back. You all bring joy to my world. Twins for my juniors, and I got 3 little girls. 4 different mothers show the life I was living. Acting selfish, had no respect for them women, but now it's different. I got my head on right, I put myself last. Now y'all come first in my life. I try hard, but now your daddy trying harder. To the mothers of my children, please forgive your kids' father. You all bring joy to my world. Twins for my juniors, and I got 3 little girls. 4 different mothers show the life I was living. Acting selfish, had no respect for them women, but now it's different. I got my head on right, I put myself last. Now y'all come first in my life. I try hard, but now your daddy trying harder. To the mothers of my children, please forgive your kids' father.
You know what I'm saying? BUSS, man. Baby toes, man. Flip, hype, yo, sound with it. Nah, man. It's just me talking. Letting go. Shout out to my kids, Josiah, John, Jarrett, Kaylani, Diani on the way.
You are listening to BUSS, BUSS, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight here on SongCast. Let's continue on with our interview of this incredible, groundbreaking indie artist. Do you freestyle a lot of your lyrics, or do you write them out in advance?
Nah, most of them I write on the spot. Like any song I've done was written right then. Like if I have to have a beat, and then I write. So basically, if I hear a beat within like a half an hour, I'll have a complete song done. So it's not like I have lyrics already in my head from before. Nah, I write on the spot.
Do you have someone you work with that does your beats and your musical arrangements, or you do that stuff yourself?
I write everything. I do everything. All my choruses and lyrics are mine. My beats, the only one that I've actually purchased beats from was A2 on the beat. He actually makes beats. That's it. Other than that, I've used like a couple industry beats for my mixtapes and that, and that was really it. But I've only been out for like 4 months. To be honest, like I ain't been out long.
You just record at home? Is that what you do?
Now I go to the studio. I record at the studio, Music Scene, which is downtown Providence, which is run by DJ Ruckus, and then my producer, which is his name is DJ Flip Mercedes. I hook up with Flip because his my boy that I used to rap with back in the day when we was younger. I was about like 19, 20. We was going hard with the music, and then my boy I ended up going to jail. My boy ended up getting killed. So when he died, everyone just kind of like stopped doing music. And my boy was Flip's cousin, and then like last year, like I think it was the end of 2018, I wanted to get in the studio, and my boy's little brother, which is his name's LB, he ended up introducing me to Flip, which is his cousin. And then when Flip found out that me and his cousin was best friends back in the day, we've been working ever since.
Tell me about the song "Nightmares."
Nightmares is just something I when the beat came on, that's what came to my head, and you know what I mean. What I speak about is me. Everything in them songs and everything I speak about is me. My girl's saying right here, she'll tell you, I don't sleep at night. I'm up all the time. And due to the lifestyle I did live in out here, yeah, there's times I don't want to go to sleep because I don't, there's times I have bad dreams and stuff like that. I don't want to wake up in a bad mood because then it'll shift my whole day. Now, if I felt like that day I wanted to write or go to the studio or record a video, if I wake up in a bad mood, everything is shut down. Like all my music is real emotions and real feelings.
Here is BUSS, Understand, indie music from Providence, Rhode Island. True music discovery on SongCast.
Yeah. BUSS. Fatal Thugs, baby. A2 on the beat. Good looking. Flip, what up? Know what I'm saying? Yo, son, hype. Let's get that. Yo, nightmares, they keep me up at night. Surrounded to my demons, no, I ain't gotta fight. And baby girl, you look good, I rock your body right. I know you probably had good, but never had this type. Beat, I took my own home. And this is something rap ain't seen in so long. Finesse the beat like this, I really get it on. And I ain't letting up, nigga, I'm coming at it strong. Death is right around the corner. Yeah, I caught you lacking, knocked your head right off your shoulders. Nah, your type of training ain't prepare you for this soldier wild shit that I survive. Humble me, now that I'm over now. Got no love for these hoes, I only love women. Cause on my mama, half the hood already dug in them. And all my niggas is hitters, you see that thug in them. I never trickin' my nigga, you see that pimp in them. Knife in it, pitching the perfect game. While a sold out crowd steady screaming my name. A normal person will break under this type of pressure. But I can't let pull her down, nah, I can't let her. Don't check her on my BG shit. And everybody got the body you gon' see me with. And now, you and your goons is on some peaceful shit. You tried to square off with me, I'm breaking teeth and shit. Yeah, cracking ribs, busting heads wide open. Took my kindness for weakness, so you thought I was joking. Yeah, trigger happy, so the barrel keep smoking. Promise my kids I make it, so I gotta stay focused. I'm fighting demons and hell raisers up in his head. Majority of my business is all about death. I made mistakes in my life, I had to learn from it. So I ain't really lose nothing because I learned something. Yeah, BUSS, man. Dolly flow, man. You already know what it is, man. Fake thoughts, man. More than music, we a movement, nigga.
Take over game movement. You got this.
Feel me?
Ain't no competition.
Let's do it. Flip, what up?
Yup.
Nightmares, they keep me up at night. Surrounded to my demons, no, I ain't gotta fight. And baby girl, you look good, I rock your body right. I know you probably had good, but never had this type. Beat, I took my own home. And this is something rap ain't seen in so long. Finesse the beat like this, I really get it on. And I ain't letting up, nigga, I'm coming at it strong. Up all night, yeah, I hardly sleep. Homicide type shit, I'm body bagging beats. Yellow tape all over, bunch of white sheets. And I heard you a hitter, but you ain't like me. You hear the hunger in my voice. I ain't trying to see the fed, so I ain't got no other choice. Yeah. So is this death or prison? I done seen hell in jail cells, so what you think I'm picking? Playing tough, will get your life tooken. You do something, do it not because somebody's looking. Yeah, how they tooken if you bring her around. I got a good circle of niggas, we gon' pass her around. Yeah, your body found in the vacant lot. Show me the spot, I chop the rocks and I make it hot, nigga.
Your body found in the vacant lot. Show me the spot, I chop the rocks and I make it hot, nigga.
Nightmares, they keep me up at night. Surrounded to my demons, no, I ain't gotta fight. And baby girl, you look good, I rock your body right. I know you probably had good, but never had this type. Beat, I took my own home. And this is something rap ain't seen in so long. Finesse the beat like this, I really get it on. And I ain't letting up, nigga, I'm coming at it strong.
Pause, nigga. You already know the fake thoughts, hype, yo, son. Flip, what up? John Boy, Jack T. Watching the Pop 4-1 Prop City, nigga.
You are streaming the Hip Hop Spotlight, True Music Discovery on SongCast. Our featured artist from Providence, Rhode Island is BUSS. If you like what you hear, buy some tracks from BUSS, B-U-S-S. Check out some videos on YouTube, say hello on Facebook, and let's get right back into our interview with this groundbreaking indie artist. BUSS, B-U-S-S, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight. What's the scene like up there in Providence and on the East Coast? Tell us a little bit about the indie rap scene up there.
The rap scene up here, nobody knows about us up here because, first of all, we're in Rhode Island, which is the smallest state, and then on top of that, I'm in the capital city, which is Providence, which is the third biggest city in this state, which don't really mean much. Our population is probably 170,000 people. That's it. But then you got to figure, this city is so small. You can get to every single side of town, from the east side to the west side to the north side to the south side. You get to every side of town within 5 to 10 minutes. And then there's a highway on everywhere to get back on the highway, get off the highway. So it's so easy for stuff to happen out here and not get caught because it's so small. And then on top of that, if you're really in the mix like that and you're beefing, you're going to see the people you beef with because the city is so small.
Are you starting to connect with people outside of the area?
Now I'm trying to. Like, this is my real first push at doing this music. But yeah, I want to get out of here. I want other people to hear me because I know that what I'm saying, like a lot of people can relate to.
Well, we would do our best with this radio show to try and get some other people turned on to your stuff. Why don't we move on to another tune, I'll Always Love You. Anything to say about that one?
Yeah, that song is actually about my girlfriend who I'm with right now. She's 7 months pregnant. We're about to have a daughter. That song is about her because when I met her, I was going through a divorce. I was going through a divorce with my ex-wife, and and to be honest, nobody was around for me at that time. Like my friends, no one. I had just like my house just had got raided. I was out on bail, so they took all my money. They took all my cars and all. I was back at home with my mom, and the only person that actually came around and checked up on me was her. And to be honest, I just did her wrong a couple months before that. So for her to even show up meant a lot to me. So, when I ended up going to do the 6 months that I just did, she was always there for me through the whole bit, every visit. And, me and my ex-wife parted ways, and this is who I'm with, and that song's about her. That's a real story. Deani's really coming. Josiah, Kaylani, them are my daughters. And that song is about my girl who I'm with right now.
Here is BUSS, I'll Always Love You on SongCast.
Yeah. BUSS. Fatal Thoughts. Flip, what up? You already know what it is, man. It's Team Keys, HP, Yo Shine, John Boy JT's Hype. Let's go. It's better late than never. Ever since I met you, girl, my heart felt better. Go ahead and wave at them haters, hate to see us together. No, they didn't think we make it through this weather. Finally got my shit together, it was time to grow up. Don't wanna be a player no more, girl, I'm giving it up. I put my heart in this, you hear me, hoping feelings get touched. You gotta be patient with love, and I was patient enough. Now I understand love because you love me. I live the life most won't, but you don't judge me. Take all the pain away when you hug me. My past was shady, but somehow you still trust me. I'm with you, girl, every step of the way. I hustle hard and bust my ass to put a smile on your face. Quality time is crucial, cause that time can't be replaced. Quality time is crucial, cause that time can't be replaced. It's so important, girl, I had to say it twice. I was living in the dark, you brought sun to my life. Fatal Thoughts, yeah, that's my squad, girl, I'm rapping that for life. And tomorrow's never promised, so we making love tonight. I'll hold you tight if you ever feel uncomfortable. As a man, I provide and always comfort you. Come first, so everything else go under you. A homebody, don't be acting like them thotties do. It's better late than never. Ever since I met you, girl, my heart felt better. Go ahead and wave at them haters, hate to see us together. No, they didn't think we make it through this weather. Finally got my shit together, it was time to grow up. Don't wanna be a player no more, girl, I'm giving it up. I put my heart in this, you hear me, hoping feelings get touched. You gotta be patient with love, and I was patient enough. Gotta fall down and get up. Last situation was a bad situation. Because of that bad situation, I'm in a good one. Appreciate you for that. Let's go. Most people know love will make them do some crazy things. Blinded by love, I gave the wrong one a wedding ring. Took me for granted, so I moved on to better things. You entertained me, but was fake like some wrestling. Enough said, I won't speak on you again. But because of you, I met my best friend. No bullshit, cause we started off as friends. Was both in some shit, but they was soon to end. Mutual friends introduce us to each other now. Look, you about to be Deani's mother with. Oh my heart, you know her father gon' love her. And no disrespect, not even God gon' touch her. We both excited, waiting for our baby girl. The minute she hits this world, I'ma bring her the world. Yeah, my 3 girls, just know your daddy loves you. Zaza, KK, and Deani coming. It's better late than never. Ever since I met you, girl, my heart felt better. Go ahead and wave at them haters, hate to see us together. No, they didn't think we make it through this weather. Finally got my shit together, it was time to grow up. Don't wanna be a player no more, girl, I'm giving it up. I put my heart in this, you hear me, hoping feelings get touched. You gotta be patient with love, and I was patient enough. It's better late than never. Ever since I met you, girl, my heart felt better. Go ahead and wave at them haters, hate to see us together. No, they didn't think we make it through this weather. Finally got my shit together, it was time to grow up. Don't wanna be a player no more, girl, I'm giving it up. I put my heart in this, you hear me, hoping feelings get touched. You gotta be patient with love, and I was patient enough.
Feel me? Let Mercedes 82 on a beat. thoughts, BUSS, hype, yo son, peace, HP. It's a squad, watch the pop. John Boy, Charity. Yo, man.
You're streaming an interview with BUSS, B-U-S-S, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight, exclusively here on SongCast. Let's go back to our interview with this indie artist from Providence, Rhode Island, BUSS, on SongCast. Were these songs that were playing on the show written after you got out, or were some of them written while you were inside?
Nope. Hey, no, all these songs were just, they was written within a day. When the day they was released, they was probably written within that week. If that, nothing, I didn't write nothing while I was locked up in jail, because when I was in jail for that 6 months, I didn't even expect to come out and start rapping. Only reason I came out to start rapping was my brother died. You know, he got 5 kids, I got 5 kids. You know, he's gone, and now they look up to me like, you know what I mean? And to be honest, we have a little sister, so I'm like the only older brother left. I couldn't come back out into the streets and go crazy and do all types of crazy stuff, because the record I have, if I catch another charge, I'm not going home. So that's why I say with the music, this is really my life and this is really my hustle right now. This is like, I put my all into it.
All right, let's get into a couple more tracks and we'll put them into the show. What about Talk to Me?
Talk to Me? That's my older brother. That's about my older brother. To this day, when I listen to the song, I start crying.
I think that's one of the favorite ones when I started listening to your stuff a couple days ago, getting ready for the interview. I think that's the one that I really like the most.
Yeah, everybody. And you know what's crazy? Because everyone knew I rapped out here. I played around with it a little bit. But once I did that song, that's when everybody started taking me serious.
Talk to Me by BUSS, featured artist on SongCast.
Yo. BUSS, man. You already know. Fatal Thoughts. It's the squad.
Flip, what up?
Team. It's everything.
Yo son, hype.
Othello on the beat.
This song right here.
Yeah.
It's for my older brother. Yeah. Rest in peace. Dwayne Johnson. Love you, man.
Shit hurt.
We all miss you.
Definitely.
This shit right here for you, though.
Had to do it.
Let's do it, boss. My brother gone, so this beat I got to talk to. I know the open heaven gates when you walk through. I was sitting in the cell when I lost you. Tears running down my face, it was awful. But they say that time heals all wounds. GG just had the party, it ain't the same without you. I really sit back and think, damn, I miss my dude. So now when your mom sees me, she thinks of you. And I talk to your kids every chance I get. And I can never fill your shoes, but I'ma try my best. And we all have our time, I guess your time was next. They say the good die young, guess you just proved that. And I know you with me every step of the way, because you always made sure your little bro okay. Ever since March 6th, I ain't felt the same, because my body been numb since I lost Dwayne. I lost my brother, can't nobody tell me nothing now. He was just here, now he's roaming in the clouds. Everybody's hurt for real, I ain't seen a smile. How we supposed to move on? Somebody tell me how. I give anything just to hear you talk again. Always lit up the room that you walked in. Even had a smirk playing in your coffin. Then I knew your work was done, cause God's calling. All boys growing up wanted a big brother, and your father raised me, so you my big brother. So that's my father too, but we share different mothers. But we love them both, so we got 2 mothers. And we both got a set of twin boys, excelling every sport, yeah, Johnson and them Bussy boys. And then we got our daughters beautiful and full of joy. Gotta keep their head straight, don't be focused on no boys. It's almost 5 months here and there, I drop a tear. Then I look into the sky like you ain't really here. And I done been through a lot, but this my worst year. I know heaven lit, because my bro there. Do me a favor and go and visit Mama Dina. Between me and you, bro, she really needs you. Her only child, man, this shit can't get no deeper. My heart gon' be broke till the next time I see you. I lost my brother, can't nobody tell me nothing now. He was just here, now he's roaming in the clouds. Everybody's hurt for real, I ain't seen a smile. How we supposed to move on? Somebody tell me how. I give anything just to hear you talk again. Always lit up the room that you walked in. Even had a smirk playing in your coffin. Then I knew your work was done, cause God's calling. I lost my brother, can't nobody tell me nothing now. He was just here, now he's roaming in the clouds. mouth. Everybody's hurt for real, I ain't seen a smile. How we supposed to move on? Somebody tell me how. I'll give anything just to hear you talk again. Always lit up the room that you walked in. Even had a smirk playing in your coffin. Then I knew your work was done, cause God's calling.
Love you, man. Miss you. Should've never be the same. Bro. The look in your mother's eyes be weird, man. It's just like, I don't know. You can see the hurt, man. Then the pain, bro. We all miss you. G miss you. Your mom miss you. Dad miss you. We all love you, man.
Indie music from Providence, Rhode Island. That is BUSS on SongCast. Talk to me. BUSS. If you like what you hear, support this indie artist. Go to Amazon, Apple Music, buy some tracks from BUSS, stream on Spotify, post links on your social media, tell your friends about this great indie artist. We have one more track to talk about here on our featured presentation on Spotlight, and that is the song Traumatized.
Traumatized. Yeah, that's the first one I put up.
What was the traumatizing instances that caused that song to be written?
Oh, it's in the song. You gotta listen to the song. It's in there. And as far as what I'm writing about, my music to me, before anything, was therapy. It was. I didn't start writing to get noticed or do anything. My writing was for me to open up, because I'm not an anti-so I don't like. I'm alone. I like being by myself. I don't like being around people. So, you know, I would never talk to people. So music was my only way of opening up.
You got to really do it for yourself first, man. If you don't do it for yourself first and you don't love don't love doing it, how can you put that out to other people and expect them to take it seriously, you know?
Exactly. So I know music it comes from emotion. So if there's no emotion behind your music, then it's not real. I can't listen to it. I don't want to listen to it.
People want to find you online and see what's going on in your world and keep up with what's happening, new releases and stuff. Where can they find you?
Facebook, BUSSFT. Twitter at BUSSFT. Instagram, BUSSFT3.
Have you done any videos for any of these tracks?
Yeah, go on my YouTube channel, which is Fatal Thoughts Entertainment. That's my record label. You go on there, that's our YouTube channels.
Here is our final track on this Hip Hop Spotlight. Special thanks to BUSS for hanging out, telling us about his career, and sharing this great music with us. If you like what you hear, once again, support this artist. I can't state that enough. Buy some downloads. Stream this artist. Tell your friends about BUSS, B-U-S-S. Here is our final track on Spotlight. This is called Traumatized. It's BUSS, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Yeah. Fatal Thoughts, man. BUSS, man.
No.
Flip Mercedes, what up, yo?
Guy.
Traumatized, man.
Oh, wait.
Charities. John Boy. That's how we going through it. Watch the park shit. I talk to dead people, conversate with evil spirits. Never going half-ass, I push it to the limit. No forgiveness, everybody in your fam get it. Used to have love for him, now I'm feeling different. Your main is suspect, and your bitch a loose net. Talking all that big boy shit, and you ain't moved yet. Stay 5 moves ahead, just like I do chess. And I'm about to send some bullets that are true vest. I'm traumatized, I done seen too much. One time is too many times, I done seen enough. Them dead bodies, man, I swear it's like they catching up. While you sleep peacefully, them nightmares keep me up. Sometimes I wish I never lived like this. To hear him choke on this blood, a sound I'll never forget. Dang, yes. It was the look at his face when he realized fucking with me was a mistake. Now it's too late, because your soul is mine, and it's always the first one that's gonna fuck with your mind. 2 or more, they call you a serial killer. Didn't need no TV to see no serial killers. I was around them all day, then jumped off the porch. I was really down to play, I stayed active. So I was always in the game, and that nigga put in work so the streets know my name. And ain't no dirt on my shit either. I do my dirt about my lonely, I don't need a feature. Not being cocky, I'm just being real. Cause most these rappers to me look like a decent meal. And I'm the last of a dying breed. A real artist better known as an MC. Don't hide, don't on no beat, I put pain on that shit. For my niggas that are here and the ones that I miss. And I ain't hating, get your chips. But the way these niggas rapping right now, it got me pissed. So this right here is the takeover. Cause rap ain't taking me a minute, nigga, I'ma show ya. It's these toy soldiers, talk about drilling. You catch a body, get booked, and then you start flipping. You wasn't built for this type of mission. Cause you gotta have heart, and that's something that you missing. I do it different, speak from my life scriptures. Flip the alphabet this way, dog, I gotta be gifted. But Mad Max, when I catch a op slipping, throw these hands like Tyson, ain't no way you go the distance. I talk to dead people, conversate with evil spirits. Never going half-ass, I push it to the limit. No forgiveness, everybody in your fam get it. Used to have love for him, now I'm feeling different. Your man is suspect, and your bitch a loose neck. Talking all that big boy shit, and you ain't moved yet. Stay 5 moves ahead, just like I do chess. And I'm about to send some bullets that are true vets.
You know what it is, pay them doors, watching the box shit, man. BUSS, man. Flip the tape, man. Get it.
BUSS, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight. That one's called Traumatized, BUSS. Check out videos on Facebook, buy tracks on Amazon. Tell your friends about this amazing indie artist.
Listen, explore, discover indie music from around the world. Spotlight features all types of indie music: hip-hop, rock, pop, electronic, country, blues, jazz, and more. Spotlight. Listen to thousands of hours of archived indie music anytime, anywhere. Experience Spotlight, the best indie music from around the world. Commercial-free and free to stream. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.